All right, how you guys doing? We're 4 days in, so I think I probably need this as much as you guys. I'd like, if you can, everybody just do me a favor. Everybody just stand up where you are. Raise your hands. I've been in meetings and stuff. Raise your hands. Just jump and wave your hands. Now let out a little woo! Woo! Now turn to the person next to you, high five. Other person next to you, high five. If you're a hugger, give them a hug. If you're not, stand back. All right, I see all the guys are like, women are like, oh, come in. Guys are like, all right, everybody sit down. We're going to do some crazy stuff. And actually, the lady, I just arrived from, I was taping this podcast up until now. I just arrived a few minutes ago. The woman in the back said, do you have your, I just want to check, no audio, no stuff, no video, no audio, no stuff. I was like, I've got 300 slides of data and the look on her face was like a heart attack. So just to be clear, there's no slides, no data dump, just a couple of stories, a couple of crazy ideas. I don't want to look at any more slides, data. I did get an instruction for questions at the end. Go to slido.com, and we are, someone want to tell me what room? Salon H, slido.com, South by Southwest for questions. All right. We're going to talk about some crazy ideas, and I'm going to start with a question. This is a glass of water. I can stick my finger in, and I can swish it around. I can do that for any liquid. My finger just swishes around, the molecules slosh around, except when I gradually lower the temperature, all of a sudden, at a critical point, the behavior completely changes. I can't stick my finger in anymore. Why? They've gone from totally sloshing around to completely rigid, to ice. But the molecules inside are exactly the same. So how did they know to suddenly change? There's no CEO molecule sitting there saying, well, I think the temperature is 33, so everybody be a liquid, and with a bullhorn. Or no, let me check, I think it's 31, everybody go rigid. They just suddenly change. So what I'm going to tell you about today is how understanding the answer to that question helped the Allies win the Second World War, helped the US lead the world in science and technology ever since, and gives us a new way to think about the behavior of groups, about the nature of innovation, and what it means to be a great leader. And I'm going to leave you with 3 rules that you can use with your teams or companies, or if you're a solo entrepreneur, 3 rules you can use. And as a bonus, there's time. I'm going to show you how that same set of answers to that question, the same set of ideas, helps us understand world history, why the world speaks English. We're going to do all that in 45 minutes. You ready? And so I needed the jump. I needed some energy to get this going. All right, here we go. First, why the Second World War? So my background is I'm a scientist by training. I studied physics for many years, and I ended up in the business world. First, I did some consulting. I worked with investment banks, private equity shops for a couple of years. And then I started a biotech company developing new drugs for treating cancer. I ran that for about 6 or 7 years as a private company, took it public, ran it for another 6 or 7 years as a public company. And so what am I doing talking about the Second World War, and what am I doing talking about a glass of water? So that started about 8 years ago. I got a phone call from a professor that I used to be a teaching assistant for in college. And he said, Safi, I work now with President Obama's Council of Science Advisors, and we have a project. Its project is to think about the future of national research. How should we shape how the country invests in science and technology? And I'd like to know if you'd be interested in helping us. So after I got over, like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I don't know anything about politics or political science or science policy or actually history for that matter. I was kind of running a company. I had blinders on for many years. I agreed. And I went down, and by the way, I should add as a footnote, for those of you who are not familiar with the Council of Science Advisors, every president since Franklin Roosevelt has had a Council of Science Advisors to advise on important issues of national security or economy or national well-being as they relate to science and technology or climate change, except for two. One is Richard Nixon. The other is our current president. I'm not going to make any comment. I'm just putting that out there. So I was invited, phone call, I'm invited. I go down to Washington, D.C. I'm kind of excited. There are all these august people there, all these sort of Nobel laureates, university presidents, and then just me. I have no idea what I'm doing there. But anyway, I was asked, we were told the first day, your mission is to write the next generation of the Vannevar Bush Report.